kind of go back to the basics when it comes to creating long-lasting partnerships with people. We try to go beyond just establishing a connection over the service that we can provide to them or the service that they're acquiring through us. We try to really get to know our partners that we work with and understand who the people are behind that, what is driving them, what is motivating them, what's at stake, and kind of build around that from there. That building a strong connection and fostering trust is really important when it comes to making a commitment to trusting a team to take on those responsibilities. And
welcome to Business Ninjas, brought to you by WriteForMe, where you'll hear from business leaders who are out there growing their business and slaying it every day. Learn from the masters. Let's get started.
Hi, and welcome to another episode of Business Ninjas. I'm here today with Adrian Frattini, Director of Marketing at Servicing Solutions. How you doing today, Adrian?
Doing very well. Thanks, Andrew. Thanks for having me on.
It's my pleasure. I appreciate you spending some time with us here on Business Ninjas. Please tell us a little bit about yourself and about Servicing Solutions.
Yeah, absolutely. So I am the Director of Marketing here at Servicing Solutions. So I oversee a big portion of our overall go-to-market team. I'm responsible for a lot of lead generation, our branding strategies, and just kind of generally how we gain revenue. I work very closely with our CRO, Andrew, and we work together to try and grow our business. That's definitely a big strategy here. Servicing Solutions is a business process outsourcing partner that specializes in primary and backup loan servicing. We kind of got our start in focusing in the latter. A few members, and I know you have another question later, so I'll get into. I'll save that for then. But essentially, it was a specialized area of the business that a lot of the folks who founded this company came from, and there was not really a company that was focusing on it, and in our opinion, the right way. So we built out a team and a company to go to market with, and we've been trying to revamp the industry since then.
You're a disruptor. We love that term these days.
That's right. That's right.
Well, dig into that filling a need in the industry. When did that happen? What's the origin story of Servicing Solutions?
Definitely, yeah. So the company was founded in 2018. A group of our executives, again, were part of another company that decided they no longer wanted to focus on servicing. So this group decided to take that upon themselves and go to market with it. A big focus in the culture of our company that was kind of founded then was collaboration and a heavy emphasis on doing things the right way, and being thorough and very well versed in the importance of the customer experience in partnerships. I think it's easy for that to kind of get lost in the process. A lot of partnerships are very transactional, and that's something that we've always tried to avoid. So it's been really cool to join that, because personally I came from a customer experience background, so I that is a very big thing for me as well, and I definitely recognize how impactful that can be on retaining firm partnerships and creating stability across an entire organization. So we've been trying to kind of build a culture around that and see what else we can expand to. So as it started in servicing, we kind of recognized that we had the workforce and the resources to branch out to more generic business process outsourcing. So things like staff augmentation and digital strategy and overall consultation. Our team, they're truly subject matter experts, and they like to really lean into their partnerships and not just provide a service to a company, although that's at the forefront, but truly be an extension of their team and help them approach whatever problem they're trying to solve, with our support, not just on their own, acquiring our services and then just kind of working in a silo.
Hey, personally, I believe that sort of business model should be applied to every industry. We're still all human beings at every level of every business. And if you put the relationships first and foremost, and you treat people well, and you have processes for the service you provide, then everything else should take care of itself, right? So I applaud that kind
Absolutely.
of approach. What verticals are you servicing?
So because of our suite of services, we're pretty agnostic. We can help a lot of different companies. Obviously, we specialize in the financial space, so distribution of loans, and the servicing of the likes. But because we are, pretty heavy in staff augmentation as well, it allows us to fill a void for a lot of different types of companies who need to bolster their staff and don't necessarily want to take on entire workforce to do so. They can trust us as their partner to bring on that team, make sure they're properly trained, make sure that they're adhering to all of the regulations and compliance standards of whatever industry they're being installed into. And we do it very efficiently. We have a pretty quick ramp time to get up and running for a company. So companies tend to like that about us. We're able to move pretty quickly and address needs, and sometimes some pretty trying times where there is a need for additional bodies.
Sure. Is there any particular size or type of company that you work best with? I mean, it sounds like you have almost unlimited use cases with that sort of platform.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, we kind of pride ourselves in the fact that we don't have a sweet spot when it comes to that. We like to think that, and we confidently support companies of all sizes. And I think the extent of our consultative service, if you will, varies depending on the size of the company, because sometimes they need to bring us in to apply our expertise and everything that we possess from our experience. But then there are other companies who just have a need that needs to be filled quickly, and they need the numbers that we're able to provide on a pretty quick turnaround.
Excellent. All right. Other than that flexibility and sort of unlimited use case application, what differentiates you from your competition? What makes you stand out?
Yeah, so I think it really does come down to the way that we value our partnerships and the customer experience. My CRO Andrew likes to talk about how we kind of go back to the basics when it comes to creating long-lasting partnerships with people. We try to go beyond just establishing a connection over the service that we can provide to them or the service that they're acquiring through us. We try to really get to know our partners that we work with, and understand who the people are behind that, what is driving them, what is motivating them, what's at stake, and kind of build around that from there. That building a strong connection and fostering trust is really important when it comes to making a commitment to trusting a team to take on those responsibilities, and we take that very seriously. So we definitely emphasize that, and not to say that no other companies are doing that, but that is truly like what we're talking about every single day, and what we're continuously iterating to try and do as best as possible and do right by our customers.
Excellent. All right, let's switch gears into your marketing hat. You talk about establishing trust, and the intent of content these days is to establish expertise, authority, and trust. What role has content played in the growth of servicing solutions?
A pretty significant one. I mean, a big part about this industry is that it is a lot of people who have been in the space for a very long time, who have made connections through their own personal network, whether they've worked directly together or just because the space itself is so small. So we try to emphasize personalizing our content to the true day-to-day, so that people can really connect with it and understand exactly what it is that we're providing, without getting too deep into the nitty-gritty that could potentially lose an audience or limit us from being able to reach a lot of people, because it's kind of a double-edged sword where we are very agnostic. We can help a lot of companies, but because of that, a lot of companies don't necessarily know what BPO entails. So we try to kind of toe the line between, creating relevant enough content that subject matter experts can latch onto and agree with, and ideally, share and promote themselves, but also make it, open-ended enough so that those who are a little bit less trained in the area can learn something from us. So we emphasize, our weekly blogs pretty heavily. We're reevaluating our current branding strategy overall, just to see, if there are ways that we can kind of tweak some things in how we present ourselves. But it's a lot of just professing that we can be a subject matter expert and that we can offer those consultative services in order to gain the trust of our prospective customers.
You're speaking my language.
Love it.
No, I mean, it's an interesting it's an interesting dilemma, right? You have an incredibly broad audience, so your content needs to be broad, but it also needs to be focused because it needs to cater to what people are actually out there searching for. So there's a challenge there, but it seems like you're up to the task. All right, fast forward a year from now, what are some things you'd like to be celebrating personally and professionally?
Yeah, I think, you know, as a company, we want to continue to grow. We've been very deliberate about the decisions that we've made, the people that we've brought on, the processes that we've built to really create a stable foundation. And we're now in a phase where we can start to build on top of that. Obviously, continue to iterate because you're never done. Refining something. Everything is always evolving. But we want to get to a place where we can. Myself and Andrew aren't the only members of the revenue team, and we can continue to expand and delegate and things like that. So I think, macro level, I would love for us to continue to grow at the rate that we have and maintain the progress that we've made and the overall appetite for growth and expansion. And for me personally, it kind of, tears off of that because I want to also grow my team. I want to be able to build out a strong workforce that can keep up with the demands of a growing customer base. So I would hope to at least have a few people working with me by this time next year. But if not, I'm hoping that I can at least have learned a lot about the space and become more of a subject matter expert myself from all the great people who work at my company.
Excellent. Those are great goals. I wish you the best of luck with them. All right, please tell us what your URL is, where people can find Servicing Solutions, and what social media outlets you're using these days as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So our website is servicingsolutions.com, just spelled as it sounds, and you can find us on LinkedIn. We're not currently on other social platforms, but we have a pretty heavy presence on LinkedIn.
Excellent. Adrian Frattini of Servicing Solutions, thank you for spending some time with us on Business Ninjas. I wish you and yours and Servicing Solutions all the best in the future. Thank you.
Andrew, thank you so much.
It's my distinct pleasure. Be well.